Yeah, let's start. So we have done till here. Today we have to start from currency futures. Okay. See, currency futures are like the forward contracts, similar to forward contracts, very clearly. But like, except one thing is, forward contracts are bespoke contracts. This can be this forward contracts can be made between two parties, like without any kind of like standard uh, imposition. I mean to say, like with imposition, I mean there is there's like these two parties based upon their convenience can make a contract. These are bespoke contracts, and it is not like the contract can be made for any quantity. It's not like the contract is available for certain quantity, like in the case of futures. If you want to buy gold or if you want to buy any other commodity, you have to buy in lots. That is standardized. Okay. If you want to buy a option, call option, put option, anything, you have to take minimum 100 shares under that option. So that would be the case under the futures, under the futures. But for a forward contract, if you want, you can make a contract on one stock even. Okay. Or either you can make contract on 10 stocks. It's your wish. You can do that. These are customized contracts, unlike the standardized contracts which futures are. And these are traded on exchanges. Futures are of course traded on organized exchanges, where forward contracts are never traded. Okay. Those are over the counter. Now, a futures contract is a standardized agreement that specifies delivery of currency at a specified future date, of course. That means two parties, there's an agreement between two parties as per which one party is going to buy, one party is going to sell, and like on specified date, it is going to happen at a specified price, today fixed. Okay. And the future date is limited to, actually these are the standard things in this which you should understand, because these are standardized contracts. And the future date is limited to third Wednesdays of March, June, September, December. You can get futures on these months. Currency future contracts are traded on exchanges, and the exchanges act as clearing houses between the buyers and sellers. That means the exchange has to make sure that the buyers get the currency. Actually, there's no like physical delivery here. Everything is cash settled, or there's a cash settlement for everything. But the thing is, they have to ensure that the currency has gone to one party and the money has gone. Buyer has got the currency from seller and seller has got the money from buyer. That they have to ensure. So transactions are conducted with clearing houses, not with a counterparty. Like the counterparty is nothing but both the parties cannot directly do that. These clearing houses are in between them. Okay, and that's the reason why they ask you to deposit initial margin and do the futures trading, whereby there is no chance of default, or any party defaults, the other party will not suffer or will not be aggrieved. Okay, because from the margin account of one party, the money would be kind of uh, see, there is one, this buyer, this seller. So buyer, let's say one party has made some profit from this transaction, another party has made loss. So from this party's account, the cash, the what we say, the amount would be credited to this party's account. Okay, that would happen. That means there are two parties. In one party is winning and one party is losing. So the money would go from losing party to winning party. That's what. So let's say, for example, Mr. XYZ has kind of bought SBI stocks, SBI futures from Mr. ABC. And since it's a futures contract, both the parties have deposited some margin amount. Okay, because 10% is what they have deposited and 90% they have taken a loan, or kind of they have borrowed it from the broker. Okay, let's say. So now like they have bought, the futures are for 125, and if it goes to 130, let's say, the margin amount what they've deposited is 10,000 suppose in the account, and one tick, if it goes upward, then let's say they earn somewhere around 100 rupees, let's say. So here the difference is like maybe 5, and suppose 100, it is on 100 stocks, so 5 into 500, so 500 is the gain of Mr. XYZ, and it's a loss for ABC. So loss, definitely the ABC's account is deducted by 500, so now the net is 9,500, and ABC's account is created with 500, and the net and the total is 10,500. That's it. Got it, Zarina? Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Understood? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Futures contracts are available only in multiples of standard contract amounts, whereby forward contracts can be of any size. The standardized future contract size is called a trade unit. Yes, as I said, the lot size, that's called trade unit. Trade unit of each contract is a certain amount of other currency. For example, they have given euro 1,25,000 means that the contract is for purchase or sale of 1,25,000 euros. Okay, so euro futures are available. Euro future contracts are available in increments of this, although a mini contract. See, this is a mega contract, and mini contract you can get for half, like 62,500. Yes. Most contracts state that physical delivery is to take place. So for those that are still held at the sea, generally for commodities this may happen, but rest other contracts there is no physical delivery happening these days. Everything is like exchange traded. Okay, I mean say cash settled. Cash settled. So most contracts state that physical delivery is to take place, or so for those that are still held at expiration date, actual payments are made in each currency. However, most contracts are closed out before their expiration dates. Yeah, because people, they would settle it before if they get good benefits. So if you, so some would be holding it till the maturity. Their physical delivery can happen. A futures contract can be closed out before expiration, before its expiration date, by taking an offsetting position. Of course, if you have taken, if you want to buy something, you have taken a futures for 125, let's say. If it goes to 130, it is better you can exercise. You can still wait. It can go to 151. I'm not saying, but you can kind of close this contract. So for that you have already bought. Am I right? And then you need to take an offsetting position by selling this, and then booking your profits. So futures contracts are valued daily at their closing prices. That's called mark to market. Mark to market feature is nothing but every day at the end of the day you will be getting the exact price of that based upon the demand and supply forces. The prices would be like on the closing day they would be valued. Okay. If the buyer of the contract has a daily gain, the amount of gain is deposited at the buyer's account while the amount of loss is withdrawn from seller's account. Did I say the same thing, Zarina? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So buyer gets the profit, and from the seller it is account it is withdrawn. So the one with the daily loss may have to meet a margin call, because what happens is, like they'll say initial margin. Then what happens after certain, suppose if the level reaches to suppose 5%. So 10% of the trade is the margin amount. So if that now suppose that is 10,000, now 5,000 has been, the loss has been till 5,000. Now 5,000 is left over. So what they'll do is you'll get a margin call from the broker that you have to again deposit some money. Okay, that is maintenance margin. If you don't do that and you still the losses go on, then they will square off. That means they will kind of that trade would be squared. That means the trade would be, now that they will settle it to the last final amount. That's it. Okay. So this is a special feature of futures contract. You won't see these kind of things in the forward contract. Okay. So what happens? The one with daily loss may have to meet a margin call, while the one with gain will be able to withdraw the cash amount of the gain immediately. Yes, you can do that, and this also happens in two. If you want to withdraw it, you will be getting in 1 or 2 days. Okay, that is t plus 1, t plus 2. So like 1 or 2 days it will take for them to deposit the money, the cash. See, they'll show in your account that you are withdrawing, but the physical cash comes to you after 1 or 2 days. Okay. So in contrast, forward contracts are settled only on their expiration dates by physical delivery. Currency futures contract can be used to hedge transaction risk. because a gain or loss on the futures contract can be used to offset a loss or gain on a receivable or payable. For example, yes, let's say you have some amount to be received in the future. Let's say you are supposed to get $1,000, okay, from someone in United States. Today the spot rate is $1 is equal to 70. Let's say after some point of time, like dollar is going to, let's say like you have some risk on this. So let's say $1 is equal to uh, let's say 60. Yes. So you the risk is that when you today if you have got $1,000, you would have got 70,000 from the bank. But now after 3 months, when you get the dollars, you get 60,000. So now you are losing 10,000 rupees from this. So how you should, now you will try your level best to make up this 10,000 from the futures contract. Okay. So you take a futures, short futures, let's say short futures, let's say you fix it like $1 is equal to 70. That means after 3 months point of time, you want to sell it for 70. How much? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you want to sell the dollars for how much?
70.
70. So you think that you definitely know that the dollar is going to depreciate, okay, and rupee is going to appreciate. And after 3 months, you see that $1 is equal to 50. Let's say, just a small example. So now you have to sell at 70. So you have to buy at, you'll buy at 50, na? From the
50.
spot, from that, from
50.
after 3 months
Yes.
spot market, you'll buy at 50 and you'll sell
Yes.
at
Yes.
70. Okay, so in this way, what would happen is for $1,000, that means you're doing this trade for $1,000. So you get a profit of how much? Correct?
Yes. 20.
So here what happened is $1,000 if you get from United States, you go to the bank, they give you 60,000 instead of 70. And in this case, you took a futures contract for $1,000, and that $1,000 you want to sell at the rate of 70 rupees for $1. Okay, so you convert this and you sell 70,000. You want to sell of this value. You buy at 50,000, you sell at 70,000. You make a profit of 20,000, and the loss which you made here, okay, that loss has been offset and you still have a gain of how much, Zarina?
10,000.
That's what. Okay, that's it. So please, can you go for this example,
Yeah.
or you want me to explain, or you will try?
I'll try.
Okay. Yeah, so you are understanding, Zarina, this one? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Hello?
sir. Just a minute. Hello.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you
Do you?
find it difficult, you can tell me, I'll explain you, not a worry.
Yes, yes.
So you want me to explain this one, Zarina? Are you getting?
I'm getting, sir.
Okay. Or else let's discuss. That's not a problem. Let's discuss this. How to go about this. So a British firm
Yeah.
with a US dollar payable can hedge by selling a futures contract for pound sterling. Okay. So what they can do is, so a British firm, which has a payment to be done to some supplier or importer in United States. Okay, so they have to pay some dollars. So they know that there's a currency exchange going to happen, and they know that they have to hedge this. Okay, so what they want to do is they want to sell futures contract. Okay, so as I have also shown you there in my example. So when you now why they are doing this, let us see, for a pound sterling. So if the dollar appreciates and the pound sterling depreciates, so since they are supposed to make the payment in dollars, so what happens? Let's see from India's perspective. If $1 is equal to 70, we go to bank. For, let's say we have to pay $1,000. We go to bank and we pay 70,000 rupees to buy $1,000, and that's what it happens in spot rate. But if it's $1.80, like let's say after 3 months, if we are supposed to pay, then we are shelling out 10,000 extra. So what happens when you have payables in dollar and then dollar appreciates, is not good for you, correct? So the British company will lose on the payable but gain on futures contract. So what happens by selling? See, what they are doing is the same thing which I've explained to you, isn't it so?
Yes, sir.
So what they
Hello.
have to do, they have a payable here in US dollars, and they are worried that if the US dollar appreciates, they have to if when they go for exchange, they have to pay more pounds to buy dollars. So that is what their worry is. So now that can happen in the spot market, in the normal market. So British company will lose on payable but can gain on futures contract, because now they want to sell futures. They want to sell, that means they will sell pounds at some rate fixed today. To sell that, they will buy pounds at cheaper rate from the market. Okay, that is what they do. In the same way as we did here, what we did, we
Yes, I
took a
got it.
futures at 70,
Of
and
70,
we knew that it's going to
we
fall,
took
yeah,
it
and we made
50.
profit out of it.
Yeah.
Same thing they will do that there. So
Yeah.
now but gain on futures. So because the dollar price of futures contract will decline and the value in British pounds will increase. Okay, here is the way the gain and loss will offset each other. Now, so they have given that in the practical way. Suppose the British firm owes US firm this much. So what they have said here, the statement, dollar price of futures contract. So if your futures contract should fall if you're selling, so that you can buy at cheaper rate and you can sell at higher rate, and the value of British pound will increase. So value of the British pound, that's what, like the pound was depreciating. There you are making some loss, which is offset by the futures contract. So suppose the British firm owes US firm this much, they are supposed to give. in 2 months. The spot exchange rate today is this. £1 is $1.95. At today's spot exchange rate, number of British pounds the firm will need in order to buy US dollars and payable to make the payment to payables is this many pounds actually. So £1 is $1.95, and the payment what these guys are supposed to do is $1,20,000. And if today they make the payment, they make it this much. Okay, 61,530. That means we have converted the dollars into pounds. However, the British firm does not need the $1,20,000 today. It need in 2 months, and by then spot rate could be different. Yes, now they don't want to. The payment is not happening right now. It will happen in the future, and that point of time the things change. So British firm sells a British pound futures contract for settlement in 3 months at this exchange rate, because they know they have made a futures contract at this price. This is the futures price, okay? And the futures price, there in that they'll make some profit, it seems, okay? So futures contract at the set of amount with settlement dates, okay? We know, we have already studied about this. And the size of one trade unit of British pound currency futures is this much British pounds. So that is equivalent to this much dollars when converted. So the British firm has contracted to sell this much British pounds and receive this much dollars in 3 months. Got it? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, got it.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now the time has come. By the time 2 months have passed and payable is due, the US dollar has appreciated and the pound has depreciated. So spot exchange rate is this. So you know, British firm needs to pay US firm this much. If when they exchange, the British firm buys dollars at the spot rate, will spend this much as per the 1.90. So 1,20,000 by 1.90 is 63,158. Correct? Why are they showing this? 1,20,000 divided by 1.90. Yeah, 61,000. Yeah. So they have to, if they have to buy dollars, they have to spend this much pounds. So if the British firm buys US dollars at spot rate and pays the payable, the British firm will have lost this much. Why? Because previously they were supposed to pay how much? Previously, now what has happened? One pound was 1.95. That means 1.95 dollars for 1 pound. But now only $1.90 for 1 pound. So dollar has appreciated and
0.05.
Sorry, and the pound has depreciated. Correct?
Yes.
So they have this much. So British firm buys US dollars at the spot rate and pays, and they lost this much because 63,158 and 61,538. So previously the spot rate was this. That means more dollars were used to buy pounds. Now less dollars are used to buy pounds. So previously more dollars used to buy pounds, in the sense pound was at a good position. Now the pound is not at a good position. Okay. So previously, if I have to alter to buy $1,20,000, 61,538 pounds were enough. But now they have to shell out 63,158 pounds. Am I right? To buy $120. So they are paying $1620 more, 1620 pounds more to buy the dollars. So now this has to offset by the futures contract. So how they would do? So they'll sell this futures contract and buy the dollars. Okay, so let's see. So most future contract is closed out by taking an offsetting position. British firm can close out this by if they have agreed to sell this much dollars. So they have to buy. They have agreed to sell this much pounds, actually. Sorry, pounds. With 1 month before the contract's maturity by entering into a contract to buy this much British pounds. So as they have to sell 62,500 pounds, they have to buy 62,500 pounds. Okay. So British pounds that has the same delivery date as the contract to sell British pounds. Because the US dollar has appreciated and the pound has depreciated, the exchange rate on the new contract is this. Okay. So the contract to buy this much is valued at this much. So British firm has entered into a contract to sell this much for this. So they have to sell at this. Okay, and then enter into a contract to buy this much for this. So now what has happened? To sell this, you need to buy. Am I right? So you are buying at 1,17,500 and you are selling at 1,20,625. So you are making some profit or
1,20,625.
not?
Yes, sir.
You are making this much dollars profit. When converted, it is this much pounds. So now the loss what you
Yes.
had, you have converted. You have just offset that loss with the futures contract. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, done. So now I would give this as homework to you. Okay, we'll go with the currency options. So options is not like that tough thing, which it is very simple to understand. See, options are like same options. So let's see, I will explain you what is the option is nothing but option gives the option buyer a right, okay, but not an obligation to sell. Okay, if he wants, if he thinks that he is in benefit, he can exercise the option. So option, I think I have given you introduction about this option with the school's example, correct? Admission form. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I
Hello.
have
Yes,
given
sir.
the introduction of options contract, Nazarina.
Um,
Hello.
no, I think so. Hello. No, sir. I don't
I'm
remember.
asking, did I give introduction about options?
No,
I did not give introduction about options.
no, I don't remember. I think.
Okay. So for that, we have to understand about options. Okay, fine. We'll do that. So now what I'm going to explain you, I'm going to explain two things. Like I'm going to cover these options today and swaps. These are the two concepts. Until and unless I explain you these two concepts properly, you'll not understand. See, so let's say like there are three schools which you are considering for admission. Okay, one is an international school, one is a like Delhi public school, one is a normal private school. So what happens? This school, the fee structure is like 5 lakhs per annum, 1 lakh per annum, 30,000 per annum. Okay. So now what has happened is, like admission forms are available for all the schools. So what happens if you pay 50% of the amount here and secure the admission? That is a binding contract between you and school. That means the school has to give you the seat and you have to take the seat.
Yes, yes. See, we discussed. I remembered.
Sorry.
Yeah, we discussed this
So
options.
that is called option to take admission. Correct? I've explained
Yes,
you.
yes, 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 yes.
So
You have
options
explained. So I
are
got it.
like nothing but there are two types of option. One is call option and one is put option. Call option is option to buy. Put option is option to sell. There are two things here: long call, short call. Long put, short put. Long call is nothing but you want to buy the call option. You want to wait for certain period of time, and then when the prices in the market would increase for the underlying asset for which you have taken an option, you want to make benefits from that. So how, for example, SBI call is available for 100 rupees. That is, it has 3 months maturity. That means after 3 months you can buy the SBI stock at 100 rupees. This is called the strike price. What is it called? And this option you have taken from option writer, the one who sells the option, any broker or any XYZ individual it can be. And the option writer here is nothing but he's short on call. What is that? Zarina? Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir.
He's short on call.
He's
That
short
means
on
he's
call.
selling the option. So he is
Yes.
taking a short position, and you are long on call. You are taking a long position in call option. Okay. That means your intention.
Yes.
You are a speculator. You want to hold it for some period of time, and you want to make profits out of it. But the option seller has a different sentiment. He thinks that the prices are going to fall, and he doesn't want to take any kind of risk. He wants his minimum price of the stock. For example, let's say, okay, these two are different sentiments, and in the market, that is what because of this the market runs, because both the parties may not have the similar kind of intention. You have bullish sentiments, they have bearish sentiments. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now the strike price is, let's say, 100, and after 3 months the price has gone to 150. So stock price is 150, strike price is, let's say, 100 in our example, and the option you have taken for 10 rupees premium. The premium is 10 rupees. To buy this option, see, nothing comes for free. So if you want to take this option, 10 rupees you have to pay. Okay. So that is the expenditure which you are incurring. As to take the admission, you have to buy admission, you have to you have to fill admission form, and admission form has a cost. So that in the similar way, it works here. So you have this premium to pay. Okay. So the value of the call option is 150 minus 100. Since the stock price is more than strike price, stock price is more than strike price, you have a profit. So the profit is, like I mean, say the value of the call option is 50, and the premium what you have to pay is how much? 10. So that you remove. So the profit or the payoff, that means the profit what you got from this call option contract is 40. Okay. This is the call option. Let's say put option. Put option is option to sell. So option gives you a right, not the obligation. See, for option buyer, there is a right. Okay. Suppose if this is like, it is not going to 150, and it is going, the prices are decreasing. Suppose it goes to 80. So option buyer, the one who has bought the call option, he need not exercise the option. He will let it lapse, because it is not of benefits to him. Okay, got my point? Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are you
Hello.
understanding
Yes,
this?
sir. Yes, I got it.
So he is not going to exercise the option if it is less, and his profit, long's profit is short's loss. That means buyer's profit is seller's loss. Why? Because he has made the profit of 40 rupees, and the seller has lost that 40 rupees. Correct? Because that was his
Yes, sir.
profit which he would have made. Now, put option. Option to sell. See, we will do this chapter like thoroughly or in details in the derivatives concept, which we are going to start after corporate restructuring and one more chapter. So in that we will be learning about derivatives also, and it will, like, we can finish that very soon. Why? Because you've got all the concepts now, almost all. Option to sell. So you have taken an option to sell, that is SBI, for 100 rupees you want to sell, and the premium is 10 rupees. Same, after 3 months you want to sell this. Okay. So now the prices have gone to 60. So you will buy at 60, sell at 100, you'll make a profit of 40, and option premium will deduct 10, and then the value of the put option is what? 30. Sorry, value of the put option is 40. Profit is 40 minus 10, 30. Okay. So the guy who has taken the option to sell, the buyer, for buyer it is a profit, for seller of the put option it is a loss. Okay. So now what we'll do is we will replicate this for currency. Let's say $1 in the spot market is for 70 rupees. You think that the dollar is going to appreciate. Okay, so you take a call option on dollars, because you know $1 is going to become 80. Okay, let's say. So what can happen? So you have the strike price to buy $1 is like today's spot rate is this. So let's say you have taken a call option to buy $1 for 75 rupees, correct? Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello.
After 3 months, the price has gone to 80. So you can buy $1 at 75 and sell it at 80 rupees and make a profit of 5 rupees, correct? You have taken the option, na? So the strike price is what, 75, correct?
75. Yes, sir.
So that's what,
5.
like instead
Yes.
of SBI stock, you think as dollar. You can buy at 75 and you can sell at 80.
80. 5 rupees.
So 5 rupees ka profit, and suppose the premium is 2 rupees, so 3 rupees is your net profit. Okay. So value of the option
Yes.
is 5 and 3 rupees is the profit, and vice versa for put option. Put option you want to sell at let's say 80, and the put option premium is like 2 rupees, and the prices of the dollar have gone down. Actually this time you thought that the dollar is going to depreciate because rupee is going to appreciate, so 60. So now you can buy, so since the value has gone down, you can buy at 60 and you can sell at 80, correct? Because it's the option to sell. So you got a profit of 20 minus 2 rupees premium, 18 rupees is your profit from put option, correct? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Got,
Hello.
got it?
Yes, I got it. I got it.
Okay. Now, so we have replicated the, we have done the replication. Now we need to learn about swap actually. So swap is a lengthy concept. We'll see how it goes. Just a second. So swaps actually it's a different concept. Okay, I'll explain you swaps. No worries. See what happens in swap is, swap means exchange. Okay. So what happens? I'll give you an example of interest rate swap. So what happens? It happens like this. Like this is some Mr. A. This is Mr. B. This guy has taken a loan from Kotak Bank. This guy has taken a loan from HDFC Bank. This guy has got a fixed rate loan. This guy has got a floating rate loan. Okay, now just a second. Now, see what happens is, like these two guys are fed up with their payments, actually what they're making, and they are worried about. So Mr. X is worried that, see, they have got the loans based upon their credit worthiness, their profile. So Mr. X is worried that the interest rates in market would go down actually. So he's got the loan at 4%. He thinks that the interest rate would go further down by 2% and he's worried that he'll be paying more actually because this is not going to fluctuate. It's going to be fixed. This is what the agreement he has had with the bank. Mr. Y is worried that since he has taken the loan at floating rate, the interest rates are going to increase and he is going to end up paying more. So now both are worried. So what both of them do is he has a loan of 30 lakhs, he has a loan of 25 lakhs. So they fix a notional principal of 10 lakhs. Let's say this is the notional principal, and they agree that they would exchange their payments. That means what Mr. X is making to Kotak Mahindra Bank is a fixed rate payment that Mr. Y would pay, and what Mr. Y is paying to HDFC Bank, floating rate payment that Mr. X would pay. And with this, whatever their fear and their concerns, what they have, that and the loss, what they are thinking, okay, that can kind of be hedged. Okay. So what happens? See, simultaneously both the things won't happen in the market. What happens is really the interest rates would go down in this market. In this market, there is no problem. Hello. Yeah. So this market,
Yes,
the rates have gone down, and Mr. Y is not worried about the rates going down. He is worried about rates going up. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So let's say he makes the payment to Mr. X, suppose on 10 lakhs, what some payment he makes to Mr. X, and see he makes less payments. Why? Because the interest rates have gone down. Correct. So this Mr. Y is in profits. Correct or wrong? Let's say on 10 lakhs, the interest rates, he is making the payment of 20,000. Okay, because it has gone to 2%, and here HDFC Bank, in case of HDFC Bank, the interest rates are, let's say 3% LIBOR plus London Interbank offered rate. That means if one bank has to borrow from another bank, it is like the rate, overnight borrowing rate is called LIBOR plus, let's say 1.5%. So LIBOR is say 3%. Okay, so 4.5%. So now Mr. X makes the payment of payment at the rate of 4.5%. So let's say LIBOR plus 2%, 5%. Okay, so X makes a payment of 5%. Now what happens? So here he makes 50,000 interest payments. Okay. Now who is at gain here? Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Who is at gain here? Mr. Y, correct?
Mr. Y. Yes, sir.
So now what Mr. Y, like actually Mr. X was supposed to make 40,000 payment, but is it ending up paying 50,000? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
So he has made a payment of 10,000 rupees additional, correct? And
Yes, sir.
Mr. Y was supposed to make 50,000 payment, but he's making 20,000.
Yes, sir. 30,000
So
profit.
Mr. Y has he was supposed to make 50,000, but is making 20,000. So Mr. Y has a gain of 30,000. Is it right or wrong?
Right, sir. Right.
So now what they can do is this loss, definitely there will be a loss to one party and gain to other party. Let's say they make an agreement that whoever party earns profits, they can distribute it like on a 50% basis, correct? And
Yes, sir.
they will share the losses also. So let's say this loss, whatever has been made in the swap agreement, 10,000, that can be offset with this 30,000 profit. And leftover
Yes, sir.
20,000 is the gain that
20,000
they share.
equally.
With this, what has
10,000,
happened? Both the
10,000.
parties have this party has offset the loss, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's what is swap agreement all about. Okay.
Okay.
So Zarina, what we'll do is tomorrow we'll continue with one question in swaps. Okay, there is a question in
Okay.
derivatives chapter regarding swaps. I will finish that, and then we will replicate the same thing for foreign currency swap. It's like 20. That's a matter of 20 minutes. We'll wind up this session. Then what happens
Yes,
is,
sir.
then we are entering into the last topic, use of international foreign financing to reduce cost. Okay, so tomorrow is the last class for this chapter.
Yes. Sir, I got the reply for that
Hello.
scholarship. It's not done yet. Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, that scholarship one, it's not done, sir. I don't think it's going to happen now.
Acha, you have not got any kind of.
No, they replied. They asked affiliation certificate, right?
I'm
So,
calling you on the phone.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.